Welcome, buddies, gather near. It's time to shine and lose the fear. Turn obstacles into stepping stones. Turn your dreams into motion. You're not alone. Your success story starts tonight. It's Success Saturday. Together our hearts burn bright. Saturdays light your way.
Success Saturday starts now. Hello. Happy Saturday to everybody. Welcome to Success Saturdays. Just as the video said, on a person at the end says Success Saturday start now. Who was that? Oh, that was me. I am your host, your cheerleader, your Success Saturdays just ooey, gooey. I want to put that there person, Barbara J. Beckley, that helps bring your success out of you, that helps bring who you are out of you, that helps bring the gifts that you have for so many others. And this always, these kind of shows leads to our chemo, yes, our chemo family, our chemo buddies, for life. I told, I think about this all the time when I come on this show, when I'm on the Let's Talk Fab show, because I'm on the Talk Fab too. Let's Talk Fab. By the way, just a quick reminder, there will be a show tomorrow, Let's Talk Fab, on every Sunday. And guess who's hosting it? Wow. Well, I'm back to back. I'm going double duty this weekend. But you know what? I love it. I love it because the person that created it, and that is Ms. Tamara L. Hunter. And I know she's always like, Barbara, you have to give me, always come on here and say about me, but I am. So there's going to be a battle. We don't need to be that battle. So we're going to create that battle. And we're going to say, yes, I'm going to show you love, Tamara L. Hunter, because God put it in you. I'm going to put it there. Yes. God put it in her to create Chemo Buddies, to make sure that people weren't lonely when they're going through certain medical. It could be, going through chemo buddy, through cancer. It can be, going through a stage, maybe a mental crisis that you have. It can be losing a loved one, or just losing a job, or just losing your passion. I mean, people don't understand that when they talk about loss, sometimes not just all about a person. It can be people, places, and things in your life that you really, really, truly, your heart was in it, and now it's gone. So this is the place where we want to send you those vibes, send you those topics, send you anything that's going to help change it. And I always say that word, flip it. Anything that's going to flip it. It's interesting because you're going to hear some of that tomorrow. But Christopher, thank you. Preach, sister. I'll preach it. Yeah, let me preach it. I like that. That means I'm seeing some people there. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Tamara. I just love being a part of this. I'm going to say, not just a mission, not just a vision, but it's basically something that's legacy for the world. It's really time out. All this chatter, all this, I always call distraction in the world right now. And we need to get centered. And we need to understand that the biggest thing, and it's not that, see, the thing of it is, to me, that really just, maybe somebody could help me with this, because I've been very confused about things. See, we're family, we're friends, right? We can ask questions to each other before I get into my little spill about what I want to talk about a little bit tonight with Success Saturdays. But why is it so hard? I'm saying it's really slow because I really want to get an answer for this. Why is it so hard just to love on other people unconditionally? Because we care. And you see the word I use, love unconditionally, not love with some kind of motive. Now, if it's a positive motive and it's a good motive, But just loving her just because I love Tamara Elhorn, not just because she's awesome. I'm just using an example. Not because she's just an awesome sister to me, because we're sisters. I always call each other sisters. Not just because she created this platform, not because she is known around the world. She speaks, she wrote many books, journals. It's not all because of that. It's because who she is in her. That's why I love her. And I would like to put her on pedestals. And I'm just using her as example because that's what we all should be doing for each other. Each other. Point blank. I'm going to say like my pastor always say, period. She always says that. Every time she's talking, she's making a statement or a comment. She's always saying this. She'll say whatever it needs to be said and put period. And that's it. So period means it's none. It's ending. It's an ending sentence. We're done with that. So love unconditionally. Period. See how I got to throw that in there? So with that, I want to start off before I get into my little, because I always get into I hate teaching because it sounds like we've been somewhere in school, but it's mostly just something to think about. But throughout the Success Saturday and every Success Saturday, show that we have here, I want you to start putting your successes in the comments. I want you to talk amongst each other. This is not me just a talking head. I don't like that. I never like talking heads. I always like to have those conversations that we're talking and we're gelling with each other. Like right now, I see some people. I see Christopher putting up some things. Love it. Okay, well, we learned that you are either living in a fear-based system or a love-based system. Wow. Now that's something different than something. See how I learn stuff from people? I picked the love-based, but maybe, when you said that, Christopher, you got to let us know. Because like I said, this is conversational. Maybe it's put in front of you that you have to do it. Sometimes depending on what countries and stuff, you never know. I haven't studied every country. I don't know this, so I'm not going to say I'm that expert. But I do know that certain countries, certain systems are there than other countries. I mean, I know that much. And, maybe they're not about the love. And that's going to be hard, to put it out more because of that. But if we have control over it and we can just do it, this is what I'm talking about. There's no excuse. Period. Period. So let's show some love, and let's show some love by putting in the comments, what successes have you had this week, the last 2 days, the last 2 hours, the last few minutes, maybe 1 second now. Yeah. So I'm letting you cover all of the week, even the last month, maybe. Maybe you haven't been on here. You haven't been on this show. You haven't seen this show in a while. But even if you're not putting your successes here today, I want you to still in your mind celebrate your success. Celebrate what you've done. Celebrate what you've done for yourself. Celebrate what you've done for others. Celebrate what you've done for the world. You do whatever you've done, and it can be it's no measurement either. That's another thing I always got to explain to people. When there's success in your life and when you accomplish something, never put it on a scale. Never, never, never. Never, never, never. I always tell people, never put on a scale, because your success or your accomplishment was huge for you. And it took a lot maybe to get to you to that point. Whereas somebody else, it might be easier. But that's okay. That's on them. We're all our individual selves. I just want to make sure that you're celebrating the victories and success that you have in your life, because you deserve that. And that helps you move to say to yourself, I have hope because I did this and I was successful in this. You know what? I'm going to try something else and maybe I'll be successful in that too. And I want to add something to that, which a lot of people be like, I don't know if I'm going to feel successful if you say that, Barbara. Sometimes success is not being successful in something because you learned something through the journey. A lot of my success that happens in my life is the things that I do that sometimes don't go through the right way, what I thought it would be. I never want to say fail, because I don't believe in all of us fail. This is funny because this is not even what I was supposed to be talking about tonight, but I'm going with the flow right now. This is something that's coming out of my heart, so it's coming right to you. I don't ever consider failing not a success, because that showed me that I tried I put my all into it. I try to learn. I try to grow. I might even have others come in to help me with that. It didn't turn out maybe the way it should have, or the thing I thought it should be. Because there's a lot of times things come out what I should. Um, what I'm going to say, there's a lot of things that I've done that I'm like, okay, I want to turn out this way, and I want it to be this way, and then it doesn't turn out that way, and then I'd be like, okay, I failed, but I didn't fail. I tried it, I did it. It turned out a certain way that it's supposed to. Because a lot of times it does turn out the way that maybe you don't want to turn out, but sometimes it turns out the way that you needed it to turn out to be, that you needed it to turn out a certain way. Not just because you were like, okay, I want to do this. Now, some things you need to turn a certain way because maybe you're trying to work on something with your business or some passion project, something like that. So I get that. And you try something different, but you still didn't fail. You just learned what didn't work. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So you just learned what didn't work. And that's awesome because guess what? That's something that you could add to your learning curve and say, okay, well, I know that didn't work last time. Let's try something a little bit different. That happened to me this week, to be honest with you. That just happened to me just this week. Well, it happens a lot. Let's just say that I'm just using one of the examples. Well, I did something and I was doing some editing because I do that. I do video editing. That's part of what I do, a lot of other things. And I use a different editor program. Ooh. You're already seeing where I'm going with this with my whole expression. So, and not saying, I'm not even going to say what the program, I don't do none of that because some people it might work for, some people it doesn't. I found it didn't really work for me because I had to go back to my old way. See, this is sometimes when you trying to, and this is learning, this is all learning curve, and I'm using me as an example because I don't want to hit nobody or hurt nobody's feelings. You can learn from me. So I use another editing because I use different type of editing applications, and then I'm old school. I do a lot of old school type of editing where it takes maybe a little bit more time. I'm kind of getting in the norm of working it because I've been doing it for so long. But overall, in a long story short, I do try new things to mix up things to make it look the way I want it to look for editing. You got to be an editor to understand that. Miss Tamriel Hunter understands where I'm going from. But anyway, so I threw in this other editing app. And one of the things I liked that I seen that I thought I would like was they put the B-rolls in there. And if people know how to edit what a B-roll is, it's basically like, if you have somebody talking and then you see a picture, like a video or something, then they come back to talking some more. And then the video really connects with what they're talking. Basically, it's not just throwing any video. It's like, if they're talking about birds, then you might have video birds flying and they come back. So hopefully you get the gist of what a B-roll is. But anyway, I don't want to make a school. I'm not doing a class about B-rolls and editing, but I'm trying to show you what I've learned from something that I thought that would work, and it didn't really work out. So with the app, it said, with your video, once you do what you need to do, you can put it in there and it will add the B-rolls for you so you don't have to look for them. See, now I'm looking for B-rolls. That's what I look for the videos for the B-roll. That's the old school way. So this is kind of a new way with the app. So I was like, oh, wonderful. They can at least pick the videos and it can fit where it need to fit. Hey, I put that video in. It took this, how to do a little spinning, doing this little thing. And then they came up and I was like, okay, played it to see what it looked like. See, body language tells a lot. I listened to that video, my wonderful family and friends out there, Success Saturday, if you're just joining in. I'm just talking about things you learn and you still don't fail, even if something doesn't work. I played that video. They put all these different videos within the person talking. It had nothing to do with what they were talking about. They put a peacock. They put some other things. They have some kind of word going wrong. You should vote. I mean, where you should vote? They didn't even say no voting. I could even think if they said a word, a vote. Okay, you just gonna throw in. Anybody could have did that. Anybody could have just threw us a video. I was like, back to the drawing board. No. Bye. Bye. In fact, I deleted off of my computer. I was like, let me get this thing off. This is not working. But you know what? A lot of people could have looked at that and said, I used something new in my business stuff. It didn't work. Oh, it's a failure. No, it wasn't. It showed me two things. It showed me what I was doing at the beginning. It still works okay, the old school stuff. So I'm going to continue that until maybe I can find. You never know. There might be another app out there that might do it better. But right now, I'm not searching for it. But and it showed me that not to use that particular app, right? So I learned from that lesson. And it really showed me too. Now, this is where the success comes in at. Now I'm giving a success story, and that's what I want you to do as you're commenting. The success part of it was, it showed me that what I do for individuals, far as video storytelling and editing, that I really have a handle on it. I really understand it. I really know what not to put in and what to put in. And because if I didn't know what not to put in, what to put in, I could have went with that video that they gave me and said, oh, okay, yeah, that looks okay. But no, I know better than that. I've been doing this. I've been studying it, So I learned from certain apps just don't do what it's going to do. And that's okay, because all apps are not going to do that. That app might be good for somebody else. That's why I'm not telling the name, I'm not disclosing all that. That's not important. The important part is the lesson learned from it, knowing that even though it didn't come out the right way that I thought it should come out, it still was not a failure. And like Miss Tamara L. Hunter said, thank you, Queen. And thank you. You know what? As soon as you came on, my little heart just fluttered because I love you so much. Queen, I love you, Queen. All apps are not going to do the same things as what you wanted to do. And that's okay. But it's the part where you don't beat yourself up or feel down about it or be like, oh, I wasted all this time on that, because it was an hour. You know what? It was a whole hour. And I was like, dang, I could have been doing some videos that I owe somebody. I could have been looking for some show panel that I could have been, what I should have been doing for someone. You see what I'm saying? I could have been all in that. So a whole hour, yes, it is a lot of time. So I use it and I flip it. So I was telling myself, I said, okay, Barbara, that's okay. It's okay. But there was success out of it. There was a learning curve out of it. And it showed me that I know what I'm doing. I said, oh, I really know what I'm doing here, right? So I was able to be a little, and I'm going to put it here, selfish for myself. It's okay to be selfish for yourself sometimes. That's loving on you. Understanding, that some things just don't work out. And it's okay. And some things we have no control over. And it's okay. But the one thing I always tell people that you have control over is your peace, your state of mind, and who you are and who you are inside of you. I always tell people, always practice it. Don't let people take that away from you. Don't, because we can control that part. If somebody has a bad day and they want to throw their bad day into your peaceful day, you can stop that. It's an easy way to do it. It really is. But a lot of times, we're like, oh, and then sometimes it's that time for us to care and to see what's going on. But if they so much putting it in there where they want you to be their partner in crime in their day, or they want to throw all their trash in you. So then after they leave you, now some of that trash is still there with you. You can control that part. That part of what I'm talking about. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful with that. We want to be there for people. We want to talk to people. We want to help people. Sometimes we want to go to the next level with, people and help them and whatever. But you got to make sure that it doesn't interfere with right here, right up in here with you. Okay. Right here and right here. Okay. Now, this was way off on what I was supposed to be talking about tonight. This is like, like, whoa, like went to another section. But you know what? Usually when this happens to me, when I do come on and have these lovely shows with you lovely people, that there's something that's inspiring that come out that maybe was needed for somebody. That's why I always look at it like that. So I don't let it stop me. I just kind of run with it because I know it's flowing from the inner to the outer. And I just want to make sure that hopefully this landed somewhere with somebody out there that's listening. I see at least 2 people where I see my numbers. I know Tamara's here. Tamara, my sister's here. So, and anybody else that's watching after the replay, because this is one thing about this is VOD. This is video on demand. You can see this anytime. And this is on our, and I always say it wrong, but Queen Tamara, correct me if I'm wrong. This is also on the Chemo Buddies a business page. So this is wonderful that, you know, it's able to be basically played in that area so you can see it at all times. Okay. So now what I want to do, since I did bring up the word love, and that's what I always like to talk about, I want to go into transition into a wonderful video about love. And while you're watching it, I want you to just sit back and first of all, tell yourself, have you loved on yourself today? Have you told yourself in the mirror? Well, you know how people say, go in the mirror and tell how much you love and all that stuff. But have you just sitting there? I don't care if you're in a mirror or not. Did you tell yourself how much you are loved by the Creator, by God? He does love you. Just want to let you know that. And that you love yourself. That you love yourself, that you will not create no harm or danger to yourself. That's when people start throwing their garbage, your garbage, stuff like that. See, that's a sign of you not loving on you. Okay? So when you hear this lovely, amazing video, and I know Tamara's going to be upset for me saying this, but I can't help it. Her production company, she created it. She created the song. She created the video. Okay, I'm done, Tamara. I'm going to just go play it. Forgive me. See you in a minute.
This is love. You belong here. Right here. Right now. Love is the moment you feel seen, sharing what you mean. It's a quiet that feels like home. You feel held wherever you roam. It's a breath that fills your chest, a shining light that brings you rest. This is love, a heart open wide and steady. This is love, meeting you where you're ready. Gentle hands, open and true. This is love. This is love. Love is a space that lets you grow as you are, wherever you go. It's a kindness, warm and sure, and a welcome that endures. It's a voice that says you belong here, unknown, felt when hearts are clear. This is love, living here in the moment. This is love, holding grace as a promise, here and now, clear and bright. This is love. This is love. This is love is patient, love is kind. It sees the soul before the mind. It stays present, it stays true. Love is alive in me and you. This is love, soft and strong together. This is love, binding hearts forever. Open eyes, open view. This is love. This is love. This is love. This is love. love.
Every time, I don't care what video that is played, Tamara knows she gets my heart. She gets my heart. She gets my soul on these songs. This particular one really, really carries a lot because she knows we talk a lot and she knows I'm on this whole mission about love, LOVE, right? And when she created that song first and then the video with it, I was like, okay, I need to have this on my playlist like forever and ever and ever. And I don't even know if I can get it on. I'm gonna find a way, Tamara. You gotta show me how to get this on my playlist because I just love the song Love about This Is Love. It all kind of goes together. And I know, you know, the thing of it, and I'm gonna get into, I am going somewhere down because I still have some time here to get into what I want to talk about with all you lovely, wonderful people out there that's watching Success Saturdays. And if you're just chiming in, this is Success Saturdays with Barbara J. Beckley. All roads lead to Chemo Buddies for Life community. This is one of the shows that we do every second and fourth Saturday, just to make sure that we're checking in with you. We're making sure that we're reminding you of how awesome you are. We're also trying to remind you of that your successes, everything that you do, everything that you accomplish, there is no weight on it, that we need to do a check-in and celebrate that with you. So that's what this is all about right now. In fact, I haven't went to the comments really to see, is anybody celebrating? I see my sister all over the place showing me so much love. It's talking about how so fun she's having tonight. And you know, that's what it's all about. Showing love and having fun. You know, that's in the spite of everything that's going on right now, you know. And you know, okay, I'm gonna do a 1 minute on this because this is not about that. This is not about no politics right now, all about that. It's not about all what's happening in different sides. But we know we're in a world right now that's a little bit different than what we thought. Just gonna put it right there and pin it right there. But that's why we bring on these shows. And that's why we do what we do in Chemo Buddies for Life. Because in spite of all of what's happening, no matter whatever's opinions going on or whatever you feel, love is the answer. And I love the other song. That's an old song, Tamara. You know that because we're in the same field. That's in the 70s. Love is the answer. Yeah, you know that song. Love is the, what is it? I'll get it. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna sing it before I end. Anyway, so rising from everything that's going on in the world right now, I believe in my heart and my soul. I don't care what anyone says. I am putting a good, yeah, you know the song. and I think it's by Garfunkel or I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to remember, it's going to come, that out of everything that's going on in this world right now, that what's happening in this world, but you know, everybody got his opinion. So I can't sit there. Some people might think everything's going what good. So who am I to put an opinion in your head? I'm just saying, again, there's a little different things going on. Let's just say it like that. But whatever's going on, LOVE should subside all of that. That should be like the biggest anchor at the top of everything is LOVE, period. Use period. Thank you, Pastor, for giving me this period all the time. But it should be unconditionally. See, I had to throw in the unconditionally in there because sometimes a lot of people will use the word, use the term, use the feeling love in a way that's not supposed to be used, and it hurts a person instead of helping them, instead of helping them feel comfortable, instead of helping them feel energy, instead of helping them loving on themselves. They will use love in a different direction. We don't want that. We're flipping that thing. That's a big flip. As I always say, flip it. That's a big flip. That you love unconditionally. You're not looking for, when I tell somebody I care about them, I love them, I want them to be good and everything like that, I'm not looking for any return. If they don't even say it back to me, I'm not looking for that. I'm not getting mad about it. I'm not getting pissed off, nothing like that. Long as I did my due diligence and told them how much they care and how much they love, that's what it's all about. That's what's called unconditional love. You're not looking for anything back. Now, if you get some love back or somebody, yes, Barbara, I love you too, I care about you too, hey, woo, that's celebration. Thank you so much. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, they didn't tell me that. They didn't. I'm sitting there taking the time. I see now you're in yourself. Yeah, I took the time out to do this, and they didn't say nothing to me. You know what? Get over it. Sorry, grow up. Let's get a little bit more mature here. We got to show the love. Be a leader. A leader, they don't look for all that back. They just look to lead. All they trying to do is leading. That's it. Okay, Marshall, his comments is not showing up. Sure, no, why? Oh, wait a minute. Not sure why they are not showing up. Yet here's what she said. Mary Sterling, first time viewer. This is first time showed up for me. Oh, okay, Mary Sterling. Well, if you're listening, if you can still hear me, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're here. I don't know why your comments not showing up. I don't like that because I want to see your comments. Now I'm there like a little baby. Now I want to see you. But thank you, Mary. Love you. Showing the love, throwing it all back to you, Mary. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is all about. That puts love in my heart when I can just tell how many people how much to care for them, right? Tam, I'm still trying to think of that song. But anyway, because now it's urgent. You know how you know it's on the tip of your head, and you be like, what is it? I know what it is, but I just can't get it out of my system. Yeah. But anyway, so with that, let me make sure there's any other comments. I don't want to miss any other comments. Unity is calling, is loading up now. Yes, it is. Right now, to me, this is even the love issue. Okay, this is what I wanted to say earlier. And something else did come back to me that I was thinking of too. With Chemo Buddies and what Tamara created, I know she's always talking. I know she's so lovely that she always says, it's all of us, Barbara. It's not just me. It's everybody. I said, I know that, Tamara. I get that, Tamara. I love you for it, Tamara. But it had to come from a leader. Well, the first leader was downloaded. I know by God. Then from that, you've been appointed, lady. That's all I want to say. You were appointed to lead this. So with that, I wanted to say, that's why I always give you that. That's why I always grace you with that you have started this whole, and I want to say it right here and now. I don't know if I ever said it before. I maybe did, but it's time to say it again. This is a movement. This is more than a mission and then a vision. This is a movement. Right here. This has been moving for years. We haven't just started now. I don't want you thinking this is our first rodeo. Tamara 100, this is not her first rodeo. This is not my first rodeo with her. We've been doing this for years, and we want to continue to do it. And that's why this goes right into what I've been wanting to talk about for the last 33 minutes. And I went around, but it was good because hopefully it touched them. Get comfortable here because I really want to get into this a little bit before we have to close out. This is what's touched. This is what's going to help us. What I'm about. I want to just tell little things about this. And I kind of wrote it down because I wanted to make sure that when it came out of my heart that I was saying in the right capacity so you understood where I'm coming from this. So if you wanted to title this, what I want to talk about is called Legacy of Encouragement. Legacy of encouragement. I'm always wanting to encourage people. Even if I just say, you know what, you're just the brightest light in this world and you're just shining. I always tell people you're a lighthouse to the world. Tell everybody that. If you know me, if you hear me talking on other platforms and stuff, I always say that most of the time. I always say you're the lighthouse of the world. I always say that, if you're women out there, you're queens, you're royalty. I always say that. I always say that you have a gift in you that's original and you just need to basically nurture it, love on it, and then help other people in the world from your gift. That's why I don't like people hiding. And that's one of the things that I do. And Tamara Hunter knows, and she's been helping me out too. She's like my mentor. She's my mentor too. Is that I get people on screen. I get people visible. I want them to be visible. I want to help them get to that level because no one should be hiding their gift from anybody because you never know. Now, I don't want you to get upset and be like, dang, now you should put some accountability on me. Yes, I am. I'm about to do it right now. Accountability is your gift is important. Your gift is original. I don't care what anybody say, even if you're doing the same book or writing the same type of book or whatever, you're still original than that other person. Okay. Now, the thing is, if you keep it hidden, you don't put it out there. I just use a book, for example. I'm talking about anything, your voice, whatever you're doing. If you don't put it out there, that's in here out there, then guess what? So many people, a lot of people is missing out on what you can give them to help them move their needle in their lives. I want you to sit with that. Because I remember, I know some people will be like, oh, she's going to give me something that I'm accountable for. Yes, that's your accountability right there. Your gift needs to be birthed out so other people can see and know that they can do and birth their gifts out. Yes. Some people might say, you know, mother, I'm pushing it out. Yeah, push that gift out there. You need to, because you don't know how many people will resonate with you on what you say or what words you say or what you do, either be it in a passion project or be it in your business or just being who you are. It doesn't have to always have a label on it, right? That your gift shows up for others. Yes. To show up every day is a gift of its own. Yes. Whoever said that, thank you so much. Showing up right now is a gift. I mean, I was a little bit, I was a tardy. I'm going to own it. See, one thing to own things. Just don't let it just slip. If you did, it's something that didn't go right or you missed something, just own it and keep it moving. So I was late today. The reason why I was late, I'm going to be transparent with you because I am that. Tamara knows that most of the time I'm transparent. One, I had to go to the washroom. I didn't want to hold it for the whole 45 minutes. So I'm like, no, I better go. Second, I couldn't find the banner for the show for today. I see last time's banner, but I didn't see this week's. So I was like, oh, shoot, I got to find that banner. It can't read what happened 2 weeks ago. So being vulnerable. Now, people would take that as, okay, first of all, really, Barbara, and you didn't set yourself up right, and you wasn't together. And, you know, we can go down that list, right? I went down that list. I even beat myself up on that list for a minute. But then I said, a show still has to happen. I still need to show up. Okay, I'll be open and blunt in what happened. Did I learn from it? Yes, I did. Did I learn what to do next time? Yes, I have. Will it happen again that I have to go to the washroom at the exact same time I got to start the show? Maybe. Hopefully not all the time. But I just want to, I always put my things out there to you because I want you to learn and don't be so hard on you, because that's what stops momentum at times. See, I could have sat there and text. I'm going to be honest with you. I could have sat there and said, you know what, Tamara, I can't find the banner. I just went to the washroom. It's 7 minutes in. It's 9 minutes in the show. You know, forget it. I just won't have a show tonight. They'll just see me next month. And, you know, the normal Tamara, because she's just so awesome and adored and loving and everything. She said, oh, okay, I understand, Barbara. I really know. She would have did that thing. And then that would have been it. But that's not being accountable. I mean, that's being accountable to tell her if I wasn't going to do it, but it wasn't the right way to be accountable. I could still show up. Okay, I was 9 minutes late. Yes, that was bad. The reason why, yeah, I learned a lesson. So I don't show up for that? Really? No, I needed to show up. I needed to be here. I wanted to be here. I love being here. So I have to lead, even if the leader messes up. Well, if you want to say, well, say it. If the leader screws up or messes up or didn't do what they were supposed to do. Okay, now that leader needs to show, okay, since this leader didn't do what they're supposed to do, she's going to own it. She's going to tell it. She's going to have integrity with it. And then we're going to move forward. We're going to keep that momentum going. See, there's been so many distractions. See, this, I'm still not getting into what I was going to talk about. This is coming out there. I just don't know if it's doing this. And I'm still trying to think of that song at the same time I'm doing all this. So we got so many distractions sometimes that we put so much energy in those distractions that are really distractions to move, not move you in the next level. I tell people all the time, if you're upset about something or something didn't go right, or if you're hanging on to something for 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 hours or whatever, those are distractions. We need to know that they're distractions, own the distraction. If it was our distraction, own that. If distracting us, then own that and say, okay, this can't happen no more, and keep it moving. Your energy needs to move in the right direction at all times. And understand what distractions are. Because there's a lot of different kinds of distraction. A distraction can be, I'm looking for one thing on my phone. Maybe I'm looking for a carpenter because there's something broken in the house. And I get on the phone, and now you know how what happens. You go on Google or wherever like that, and then they're gonna be popping stuff. Oh, what? Oh, there's a show on tonight. Oh, I didn't know that movie was coming out yesterday. Oh, I didn't know they had a baby tonight. Wow, he's kind of old to have a baby. Oh, look at that. Oh, I wanted that dress. I wanted that dress. You see that? Distraction. And that was just for maybe 1 minute. That kind of stuff can go on for hours and hours and hours. And then you look up and it's 2:00 in the morning. Oops, did I say that? Yeah, it's 2:00 in the morning and you still have stuff to do. All this stuff because you were distracted. Then after all that, you get tired. You're tired. So all the stuff that you need to do that you're supposed to do 3 hours, 5 hours ago, you're like, I'm tired. I'm just going to just kind of lay back. You know what? I want to see one of my favorite movies, and then I'll get some rest, and I'll look at that list tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, and then we start all over again. You got to know your distractions because that could be stopping you from what you need to do, not just for yourself, but for others. It happens to all of us. So don't think you're in the boat all alone. You're in your own little boat with that. No, we're all in that boat. It happens to all of us. It doesn't just have to happen with the phone. It can happen with anything. You can see stuff on the computer. You can look at stuff that may be in your saved. This is what happened to me a few days ago. I was in my on my laptop, looking at my desktop. Kind of crazy. There's a lot of stuff on here. But what I did is I said, okay, it's a whole bunch of documents and stuff on here. It's making because I need to be organized. I have to be organized. It's like I have to be organized. So what did I do? I took I gotta laugh at myself on this one. I took all the documents, like there was Word documents, PDFs, there was videos, everything, you name it, it was on this desktop. Because sometimes I just save stuff just to save it real quickly and put it on my desktop, just so it can be there and I can grab it. Well, it got to the point where I couldn't grab it no more because I didn't know where to grab it because there was so much stuff out there. And I was like, okay, now where's that video that I need to do? Couldn't find it, right? So what I did is I created folders and I put Word document, PowerPoint, PDF, videos. And I started just, okay, here's my videos, here's my PDFs here. So I'm all happy and I'm all organized and all that stuff. There's all over desktop. It's in just 5 folders. I'm like, yay, I am organized now. I have all my stuff in order. And then I went back, was working on something, needed to get that video I was talking about, went into my video folder. See, I organized video folder. And guess what? All the videos were there. I still couldn't find the video. So was I really organizing myself, or was I just saying I just wanted to clean up the mess in the front of the desktop and just push it to the corner like how people do with clothes or somewhere in the closet? Oh, you don't see that? It's pushed back in the back. That's what I did, but I did electronically. Has anybody been there? Is that the only one that might have did something like that? Please let me know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone, but you know what? Again, don't beat myself up. So now what I do is I say, okay, Barbara, now you need to go in your video folder and separate which videos they are, because there's 10 shows I work with people, 10 shows. Now, just think about this. Just one show alone, if it's been running for over 2 months and it's weekly, you can do the math. That's one show. I had that all for all 10. About that. So this could flow. I can move this to flow into what I want to talk to. So this basically is the legacy of encouragement I want to talk about. This is all encouragement. I know you're like, Barbara, you're telling us this and I'm telling you all this because it's okay sometimes when things don't go the way you think it's supposed to go. And it's okay because every time we do something like that, yes, we get a big, huge gift. We get a huge gift from everything. And the gift is the learning and the growing. That's the gift. I always tell everybody, if you stop learning and growing, then you might as well just gain your wings and fly away. Let God put the wings on and you just get, because you should be here learning and growing and helping and encouraging and having your gift out there. All that's supposed to be happening. And you know we're throwing the word love. That's just it. Love, period, right? Unconditional. So yeah, I've learned from all that. I learned from today. I learned from a few days ago when I did my little desktop cleanup. And I had to encourage myself through all of that, because I could have went there and flipped it in a different way, not flip it in a good way. I could have flipped it in a bad way and said, I just can't do nothing right. I'm always late. I can't get this right. Now all these folders. Now I got all this stuff. Now I got to go through these other folders to figure out this stuff over here. I'm just, then all of a sudden, you know what pops up after all of that you're getting, all that energy that you're pulling, all that negative energy that you're pulling down. Guess what comes out the last part of it most of the time when you're talking like that to yourself? I'm not worthy. I'm not smart. I'm useless. See, those type of words come out. And that's a dangerous road to be on. That's why I always tell people, as soon as I even hear somebody want to even say that, I'd be like, we're going to flip it. We're going to flip that thing, because I don't need you talking about yourself bad to yourself. That means, guess what? You're not loving on you. There's no love there. There is a love loss. Like, you know how the word they say, oh, there's no love loss. No, there is a love loss. The love loss is loss. Loving on you, because you just said you were unworthy. You just said that you weren't smart. You just said that you weren't pretty. You just said that you're not worthy. That's not love. We got to flip that thing. Yeah. Cam, I think I'm getting ready for tomorrow's show. They keep saying to flip it so much. So yes, and yes. On that note, we need to always encourage each other. So, legacy of encouragement. I'm going to read it because I want to make sure I'm saying everything that was downloaded to me. Okay. A legacy of encouragement is the lasting impact you leave in persons' lives through your words, action, and presence, consistently uplifting others, speaking belief into them. There's more, but I want that to soak in. Okay. And helping them see possibilities beyond their current circumstances. Okay. It's not just what you accomplish, people, wonderful people out there, but how you make people feel, grow, and move forward after the moment has passed. See, that's what I've been talking about most of this time. So I am kind of happy that even though I didn't circle this first, this comes right into it, what I've been talking about. Okay. A true legacy of encouragement multiplies. It continues through the lives of those you've empowered, creating a ripple effect of confidence, hope, and purpose. That is legacy of encouragement. A last impact you leave people in people's lives through your words, your action, presence, consistently uplifting others, speaking belief into them. That part right there, can put like a pinpoint. I know I said a lot of other stuff that I felt like was very powerful, but that alone right there, this is part of love. This is part of love. Legacy of encouragement is a part of love. I just, I don't know. I know I get on my soapbox with this. And you said take my glasses. I'm getting serious now, huh? Needed a break. That was glare. But I know I get on my soapbox about this a lot because I had two sides of that when I was growing up. I had the side of the love that my, dad, well, let me put it like this. I had the love of both parents. I had a love of both parents. I had a love of my dad. May he still rest in peace. He passed away when I turned 17. And that's a story of its own show. But let's just say that, he was gone too soon in my life that I felt he was. But he gave me something to stand on, to have a legacy about, to always put my gifts in front of me because he reminded me of that. So I had that. Then I had the love of my mother. And we're going to call her, and she's always going to be known, and I'm going to always put this in the books, as Sergeant Sally Mae Beckley. You're talking about strength and perseverance. You're talking about you're talking about moving on to, if you see everything around you just going crazy and you feel like there's no way out, she will find a door somewhere. Somewhere she will find a door. Yeah, I don't care how big or small, she's going to find that door. And she's going to be very persistent in it. She was very persistent in it because she passed as well. And she's going to have a lot of, let's just say a lot of chutzpah with it. But both parents showed me the love, how to live through this earth, how to live through this world. I wouldn't be here today, I have to say, without both of them really showing me both sides of the fence. You know, my mother she was a pistol. That's why I call her Sergeant. But the love of the pistol was coming out because she didn't want to see me go through all the things she went through. And then some. I learned it at an older age, but I learned it. Yeah. So yeah, Mama's Sergeant Sally Mae Beckley. Yep. And Mr. John Williams Beckley, that was my dad. They was legacy of encouragement in their own way. For me and for others. I mean, you know, if you didn't learn from my mother, because she kind of just, if you didn't learn, it was like you was going to grind it no matter what, any means necessary. She was going to grind something in you that you will learn from. It might didn't feel good at the time. It might didn't hurt at the time. Maybe it was even like, wow, she just said that. But the overall, after getting through all of that, you see the love. Because one thing I always tell people are not going to waste time on you if they don't care, and if they don't love you to a certain extent. My mother could have left me a long time ago and did her thing. My dad could have just said, you know, I'm done. I don't have to keep telling my daughter she's a princess, because at that time he was calling me princess. That's why I call the women's queens, because I look at y'all as, you know, as queens. They didn't have to do that. They could have flipped it the other way, right? But they didn't. And they stayed on, even through all of my craziness that I went through, some things I did. Believe me, there's a story behind Barbara J. Beckley. And some people would have been like, walked off. But they didn't. And you have to see that for the love that they have for you. Now, I'm talking about my story, but I know we all have those same kind of stories, not with just our parents, but just with other friends, with other maybe relatives, with somebody out there that you admire, that admire you. I mean, husband and wife, significant other, and the list goes on. But we need to learn how to continue to encourage each other by creating that impact, to know that through our actions, just like I said, through our presence, through our consistent uplift, we have to make sure that we're accountable for that. And we have to understand that, going back to how kind of like my mother was, that possibility, that you can see possibilities beyond the current circumstances. One thing about my mother, she did it in a manner, but she always see possibilities beyond what was going on around her. And that helped me so much. Helped me just say, okay, there's a ceiling, but I can break through that ceiling. Maybe I can go further than that. You know, maybe you can go further than what you think you can. We all have those possibilities, but we have to believe in ourselves, and we have to encourage each other to do that. And we have to love on each other to say, okay, yeah, I think you can do that too. Instead of saying, well, no, you got a little temper there, so I don't know if you want to do all that. Okay, well, let's work on the temper. Let's see where we can go. And if it doesn't even happen, then you still, success. You still succeeded. You know why? Because you did it. You put your 2 feet together. You said, I'm going to do this. You put your mind together. You said, I'm going to do this no matter what. And that's all that's been asked of all of us, right? So with that said, you know, I had some tips because I told you I've been pulled in all different directions. And I'm still trying to think of that song, Tamara. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. All I know is love is the answer. And just be a true legacy of showing that encouragement with love, with helping others. I did have some tips I was going to leave you. I had like 7 of them, but with the time right now, and I want to just wrap up, I just want to let you know that it's always an honor to come on Success Saturdays, to come on Let's Talk Fab show that I'm one of the hosts on, to come on, TG Chat Fridays with Caroline when she invites me. Thank you. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna thank you. I know. Thank you so much. See, I love the queen. I love her. She found it. Oh. Okay, with that, I know I get excited over the littlest things, but it's the big things to me too. But what was I saying? Overall, it's just I just so humbled. I want to say it like that. I'm so humbled that I'm able to express and I'm able to love on everybody, and I'm able to share stories and different topics and things that just really just come out of my spiritual being, because a lot of this stuff just came out of, because like I said, I was going to talk about one thing and a lot of this stuff came out, but it probably was needed. It was needed. And I didn't see too many people put their success down, but I want to know that your success, and somebody said this a while ago, you're a success just showing up. You're a success just waking up in the morning. That's a success. Let's not label success in different categories. It should never be. The success that you feel in your life, that's success. Celebrate it. Give victory to it. Okay? And never, never, ever, 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 I'm going to leave it with flip it, right? Is flip the script when your mind tells you that you're not enough, that you're not good enough, Yes. So I got to leave you with another wonderful of Tamara's greatest hits. I want to play This Is Love again because I love that song so much, but no. I'm going to play, and I think this would be a good takeoff. I'm going to play Shine From Within, because like I always tell everybody, we have right here, and we should be shining and shining, shining. And you're going to see a lot of nice faces in there too that you probably know, besides me and Tamara. But, this is to help to show you how much you should be shining in the world and to others. And to remember, always, always, always know how important you are. I'll see you at the next Success Saturday. And, and also, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Let's Talk Fab. We'll be talking about peace over stress. Talk to you later.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Woke up with a smile I didn't fake. Took a breath and gave myself a break. Don't need the world to say I'm right.
I've got my spark, I've got my light.
Mirror's not a judge, it's just a friend. I'm learning how to love myself again.
No chasing perfect, that's a game. I'm showing up, not hiding shame.
Every scar, every line, just a part of my design. Not holding back, not dimming down. This is me, I wear my crown. Shine
From inside, let your colors fly. You don't need a reason why.
to laugh, to dance, to dream out loud. You're enough right here and now.
So take that step, don't second guess. The world needs your fabulousness.
You're the light, you're the vibe. Just shine from inside.
Some days are slow, some feel fast, but joy is found in things that last, like being kind or letting go of all the things I used to hold.
We've all got chapters, some we hide, but even pain can turn to pride.
I'm not a version made to please, I'm dancing to my melody.
It's never late to start again. Every story finds its pen. I'm not small, I'm not too much. I'm just right, and that's enough. Shine
From inside, let your colors fly. You don't need a reason why. magic's real, and so are you. Be your best, it shines right through.
Shine from inside, don't hide your flame. This world will never be the same.
When you show up just as you are,
You're already a shining star. So take that step, don't second guess. The world needs your fabulousness. You're the light, you're the vibe. Just shine from inside. Just shine from inside. Yeah. Shine from inside.
Oh, shoot.